everyone, we're going to be talking about this week is microplastics in skincare products. Now, as you all know, we are all surrounded by plastic everywhere. We cannot get away from plastic even if we try to live a plastic-free life. They're in the air, they're in our water, it's in our bloodstreams. They've even found it in fetal tissue. We can't get away from it. But here are some things to do that you can actually choose to use to reduce some of the microplastics. And they are in skincare and hair care, as you probably already know. So this one is in particular cleansing balms to avoid. And this was brought about, literally, I am doing it in between consultations where I've had 3 consultations this week and last week where 3 of them were using different cleansing balms in which I evaluated the ingredients list, and they all had some form of microplastic in there. Now, it doesn't mean that you have to avoid cleansing balms altogether, but here are just some things that you should avoid. Hi, my name is Christy, and I have been treating clients for over 16 years now with over 26,000 different treatments in the areas of treatment-resistant hyperpigmentation and melasma, acne, and other skin conditions now. And I am going to be talking about some cleansing balms that you may want to avoid, especially if you want to avoid microplastics in your skincare products, although they're in hair products and conditioning products and body lotions and all that type of thing. But today we're going to be focusing on cleansing balms. Now, I'm going to be talking about 3 of them only because these are fairly popular, and 3 different new clients, when we were doing our consultation, were using them. So the first one is from a company that I don't particularly favor, and it's Clinique's Take the Day Off. That is a really cute name for a cleansing balm, but it didn't have very many beneficial ingredients for the skin besides safflower oil. So I wrote them down here. The first one, it said polyethylene and PEG-5 glycerol stearate. That's the 5th and 6th ingredients on the ingredients list as of this filming of this video. Number 2 is Clean It Zero Original Cleansing Balm. So they have different formulations, and on their website, it does list all the ingredients that they're free from, one of which is polyethylene, which is a microplastic. However, in their original cleansing balm, it still had some derivative of a microplastic, which was ammonium methacrylate copolymer, acrylates, methoxypeg-15 methyl acrylates copolymer. So it still had some microplastics. And so I'm not trying to call out any particular one, but this is a very good example of when a website says they're free of something, it doesn't mean that they're free of all forms of, in this case, microplastic. Now, the third one is a relatively clean product. It did have still some pegs in it, and it is the Elemis Pro Collagen Cleansing Balm. Now, first, for those of you who are unfamiliar or new to skincare, whenever you see collagen across the title, it doesn't mean that your skin is automatically going to get more collagen just by topical application. Collagen has to be produced in your own skin by stimulating the fibroblasts to produce collagen and elastin. So a cleansing balm in this case, for those of you who may wonder or get confused, it's not something that just by using it that you're going to get more collagen in your skin. Now, this one has PEG-16, or 6, polyethylene, PEG-6, PEG-8, beeswax, PEG-60, almond. So these are used as esters, it seems like. So this one is, I would say, relatively clean, comparatively speaking, to most of the cleansing balm ingredients that I come across. And one of the ones that I thought was pretty clean, because most of the questions that I get is, well, if all of these are bad, what is good? So I did come across one, and it is Naturopathica, and it is Manuka Honey Cleansing Oil. Now, this is for a specific skin type. It's not for all skin types based on the ingredients list. This would be great for dry, mature skin who has a lot of problem producing its own oils in the skin, because it had a lot of oils and waxes naturally, but not only that, it had sugar-based surfactants, or excuse me, not surfactants, but humectants. that draw moisture to the skin. So this would be a very good combination for dry, mature skin. However, probably not the best for oily or breakout prone skin, especially if you are prone to breakouts, because of a lot of times sugar-based products or ingredients can actually increase the level of acne-causing bacteria for some skin types. So this is really good for dry, mature skin. Now, here are the ingredients. If you look at your products, not just your cleansing balms, but your cleansers, your serums, your primer. Your primer is basically made up of microplastics to give that smooth, velvety finish. So here we go. I wrote the list down. Now this list is not exactly exhaustive, but it is some of the more common ones that I come across a lot of the time. Okay, so polyethylene, polyamides, polyacrylate, polymethyl methacrylate, PEGs with a number. So it's usually polyethylene glycol. That's what PEG stands for. And the number is basic, when it follows a number, it's basically the molecular weight. Polypropylene, polysterenes, polyurethanes, siloxanes, silicones, and it could be methicone, dimethicone, trimethicone. So the list goes on, but these are the more common ones. Now, they're used for different purposes. It could be used as an emulsifying agent, a conditioning agent, a texturizing agent, an ingredient enhancer. A lot of the PEGs are hydrophilic, which means water loving. So it is like a performance enhancer. Basically, it uses it drives the ingredient down into the skin. So that's why a lot of times that they use this. And you'll see basically primers and anti-frizz serums. Most of it is basically silicones, some form of microplastic, because of the texture that it serves as a texturizing agent or conditioning agent. So if you're looking for something to dissolve your makeup and your sunscreen, but you want to avoid microplastics, which is really difficult when it comes to cleansing balms. Oh, I will say this, PEG-20, you're going to see that in a lot of different hair care, conditioning products, serums, skincare products. And this one is, I would say, relatively clean. And you'll see this in a lot of the clean cleansing balms, because it is, the molecular weight is heavier, so it doesn't penetrate as easily as some of the other PEGs do. So if your cleansing balm is fairly clean and it has that's actually quite common. But if you are looking to avoid PEGs and microplastics altogether, your best bet is to go for a cleansing oil. Now, the thing you have to watch out with cleansing oils is, even with cleansing oils, depending on the percentage of the oil and the type of oils that they're using, some of the oils can feel heavy, greasy, and difficult to remove, and people don't like that. So they'll add sulfates or emulsifying agents so that when it wets, it will turn milky or foam, unless it specifically says saponified jojoba oil, saponified, but if it doesn't, and they just add the sulfates, some form of sulfates in there, some form of PEG in there, that is what you're seeing. So if you are looking for the best kind of oils for your skin, then go ahead and click up here, and different foaming cleansers over here. And I'll put the links in the description below, because remember, makeup is an art, skincare is a science.